Let me share something with you. After you've done this a few times, you are going to be flying through this and you're going to really enjoy the process. And then when you start to see the daily yield, the daily rewards, in other words, the passive income that you're making every day, you're going to absolutely love this space. So I hope you're still feeling excited and raring to go. Let's not pause. Let's not miss a beat in this video. Let's now go and take that Ethereum that we just purchased in Coinbase and let's send it to our online wallet, to our Rabby wallet. When it's there, we can then swap it for locked money and then we can start to stake, but we'll come to all that. So let's share screens again. And okay, here we are. So first things first, let's go to our Rabby wallet again. And let's just remind ourselves of how it's looking. So here it is. Obviously, there's a zero balance at the moment. And remember, your address here is at the very top. If you click these two little squares, you can copy the address. There it is. I think I've already got it in my handy-dandy document from earlier. There it is. There's my Rabby address. Let me paste it again to check. Yeah, so there we go. So that is my Rabby wallet address. As I've said before, it's totally safe to share this publicly. There's no harm at all sharing this one little bit. So this is where I'm going to send my Ethereum to, right? And then it will appear in my Rabby wallet. Great. So let's do that. Let's go back to Coinbase. Okay, now let me grab my Ethereum. I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well. First time I do anything, I always do a test little small amount. So let's send, should we send $20 worth? What do you reckon? I think that sounds like a good idea. So I've clicked on my assets. I'm now going to click on send. Here it is on the right hand side. And so the first thing I'm going to do is it's asking me to send crypto. Where do I want to send it to? Well, I want to send it to my Rabby wallet, don't I? So let me copy that address again. And I'm just going to paste it in here. There we go. And I'm going to hit return on my keyboard. Now it's asking me which asset do I want to send? Let me click on Ethereum. And now it's asking me what network. So do you see why earlier in this video, of course, we went through everything systematically? We talked about blockchains and networks, blockchain network. It's the same thing. We're on Base, aren't we? And look, it's free to send. So it's fantastic. So we're going to click on Base. It's asking me, there's a little warning here. Does your recipient accept Ethereum on Base? In other words, does Rabby Wallet accept Ethereum on the Base network? Yes, it does. So you're absolutely fine with that. Okay, so how much do we want to send? Well, let's just do a little test. I'm just going to do 20 US. It's actually showing US dollars, interestingly now. I'm going to do 20 US dollars, and then I'll send 180. So we'll do 200 in total. I've got enough here in Ethereum. Let me click on preview. Okay, now this is good to know. Depending on where you are in the world, you may or may not see this. This is a thing in Europe where essentially we are asked where we are sending our funds to. So we are sending our funds to a self-custodial wallet. MetaMask, Rabby are known as self-custodial. In other words, we have access to our funds at all times. So let's click on that. Who are you sending to? The UK travel rule requires us to collect this info. Please be accurate. Okay, so I'm sending it to myself. So all you do is you type in your name and your country that you reside in. That's it. So I'm going to click on sending to myself because I think it's already populated. Yes, it is. Christopher Farrell, GB. Perfect. Let me click on preview send. And it's just confirming I'm sending $20 in Ethereum. I'm sending it to this address. Let's triple check that address again. I always like to triple check everything. Yep, the address is perfect. Great. Total is $20. Are we ready? Let's go. Clicking send now. And it is sending. It's very, very quick. You sent $20 of Ethereum from Coinbase to Rabby. Should we see if it's in Rabby already? What do you think? Let's have a little look. Look at that. And the 2 cents, although there was no no fee to send, I think there was, I think it's just a conversion. Well, what it is Ethereum fluctuates in price in real time. So the amount of Ethereum I've sent, that 0.00710,718 is now worth $19.98, but there's been no fee for the transaction. But look, my Ethereum is now showing in my Rabby. And if I open up a new browser, it's a bit cleaner. Let's go to Rabby itself again. If I click here on this little arrow on the right-hand side, it now will show me my assets. And this is great to see. So can you now see, it says here, we've got some Ethereum telling me the current value. This will go up and down based on the price of Ethereum. And this is the Ethereum icon, the little kind of silver arrows, silver triangles upside down. And it's telling me that it's on the base network. The only way I know it's on the base network is firstly, I sent it on the base network, but this little logo here, this blue circle with the white line, if you hover over it, it says base. So we have some Ethereum on the base network, which is exactly what we wanted. So let's go and send the rest of it right now. So this will increase. So quick. Let's go back to Coinbase. Let's click done. Let me go to my assets. Actually, I don't even need to click on my assets. Let me go to send crypto. Have I got the address copied still? I'm pretty sure I have. Let me paste it in there. Yes, I have. That's the correct address. It's telling me I sent to the same address a minute ago. Great. Choosing our asset, Ethereum. Choosing our network, Base. Does your recipient address, Rabbi, in other words, accept Ethereum on Base? Yes, it does. How much do we want to send? Let's do 181. So we look at just over $200. Or should we do a little bit more? No, that's fine for now. Let's do that. And again, I did a little small amount tests of $20 to check everything. I recommend you do the same. Where are you sending? We did this a second ago. Sending to myself. Preview send. Confirming. Sending $181 in Ethereum on the base network. Send now. Let's click on that. Okay, so I also have an authenticator app on my phone that sometimes assets such as or platforms such as Coinbase will ask me, depending on how much I'm sending. I mean, I know it's not a huge amount, but they're still asking me all the same. So let me just punch in this code. There we go. It's thinking about it. There we go. Done. You sent $181. Done. Do we think it's here in Rabbi already? Let's open up a new tab on our browser. Should we click? What do you reckon? Are you a betting person? 50% it's there already? 90%? 100%? Should we have a little look? Now tell me how incredible this is compared to traditional finance. If you wanted to send money to a friend of yours in a bank, you'd have to often drive to the bank, park. That's novel, isn't it? Put a little sticky thing in your windscreen for £2.50 for half an hour. Go into the bank, join the queue, fill in a form, picture of an ID. Oh, we can send it in 3 days. Ridiculous. This is why traditional finance is struggling. How quick was this? So if I click again on this little arrow here, you'll see now that my Ether amount has increased. This is telling me the current price of Ether. It's going up a little bit. So this is my US dollar value. Sometimes it's a slight discrepancy from the figure up here, the bigger figure, but that's okay. And again, this is showing me that it's on the base network, It's also showing me up here, this little base icon saying I've got $200 worth of assets on base. So really, really, really well done. You're getting familiar, you're learning great skills, and this education is, you are head and shoulders above most people that don't even know about this. The fact that you're spending a bit of time sitting at home on your laptop or your desktop, wherever you are right now learning this, is going to pay huge dividends, metaphorically and literally. So well done. Okay, now we can start to kind of turn our attention back to lot money, which of course is the whole purpose of doing all this. So now we've got some Ethereum. So now we've got some to, when we do some transactions, we've got some that we can use for gas. Now we can actually buy some lot money tokens, and then we can start to stake. Come on. I never normally say the word steak so enthusiastically because I'm a vegan, so I don't eat steak. But anyway, right, let's carry on. See you in the next video.